Democrats in Washington have a plan to take back the House in 2018. And it might sound very similar to the Hillary Clinton campaign's plan to win the White House in 2016. You rack up your gains in the cities, and then you expand out there to the white, wealthier suburbs where people are sickened by Donald Trump. Now, the problem with this plan is that white, wealthy voters don't necessarily fit in a perfect coalition with the kind of working class voters that you think of when you think of the Democratic Party, which means the second that the Republicans are able to nominate some non-racist, non-bigoted, or at least explicitly non-bigoted candidate for president like a John Kasich, those white wealthy voters are going to split from the coalition. And when they do, the coalition cracks, Democrats are destroyed. And who's going to run that imaginary Kasich administration? Kasich or the knuckle draggers who got him there? Now, it might make a lot of sense as a reaction to Donald Trump to stave off a slide to fascism, to do this in 2018 and maybe in 2020. But long term, it's not a viable solution. Luckily for Democrats, there are a number of populist progressive candidates running across the country who are bringing progressive values in a rural district. And they're saying, look, we don't need to be as right-wing as possible without being a Republican. We can actually bring progressive values to this area, and people are going to respond to it. They respond equally well to Medicare for All in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and Lancaster County, as they do in Philadelphia. Also, in these rural areas, there are other populist issues that don't get talked about in the cities. Seed monopolies that own your crops. The opioid epidemic that has killed tens of thousands of people just this year alone. We're talking about candidates like Matt Morgan in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. This is a long-serving veteran who hasn't bought in to the kind of imperial militaristic philosophy that will win you the DCCC endorsement. Jess King in Lancaster County, Amish country in Pennsylvania. J.D. Scholten in Iowa. Former minor league baseball player running on Medicare for All, running against farm monopolies, running against banking monopolies in a district represented by white nationalist Steve King, and he's giving him a run for the money. And people like Beto O'Rourke running across Texas, or Leslie Coburn, who's running a progressive campaign in rural Virginia. The coalition that progressives are putting together here, or trying to put together here, binds people by class. People who have the same interests in the countryside as they do in the cities. And as long as people are bound by that, they're standing for something rather than just standing against something. And it's good to stand against the creep of fascism. But the way that this arrangement has worked for decades is that the centrist wing of the party dominates and the progressives are told to just swallow it and go along, or else the fascists are going to win. What this says is no, the progressive wing of the party is going to dominate, and the centrists need to go along with them, or the fascists win. Come election day, it might be the case that all of these candidates lose. They're expected to lose, and Democrats weren't even planning on competing in these districts. But if they want to be a truly national party that runs on progressive, populist principles, this is the only way to do it.
I don't believe in a blue wave, I believe in earning votes. And I saw this tweet the other day, and it made me laugh, and it said, a blue wave means that Democrats are going to do very well within 20 miles of every Whole Foods. This district doesn't have a Whole Foods. And I'm okay with that. Because we live in the land of, if you build it, they will come.
Thanks for watching this free clip of Rebel Headquarters. Don't forget to become a TYT member today for more exclusive content. Join now at tyt.com/join.